What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're going to be going over none other than BT8 top decks that has happened over the weekend. Europe has had this for a little bit, so this weekend we're going to dive in and see what decks kind of took some first places. It's kind of similar to what I do for my Japanese meta side, where I look over 3 decks that topped over the week and pick something, make it seem like very interesting, you know. Let me know down in the comments if you like this format. Let me know. Maybe I go to a different style of play. But let's dive into the video, shall we? So let's dive into it and let's take a look here. We first have Shivamon deck from Kayumi. This got second place at Comic Nuka-chan in Spain. So very interesting. Let's dive in and look at it. So first off, Shivamon itself. We know he's the boss MVP. He's when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your unsuspend phase. Trash the top card of your opponent's security. The more you have of this guy, the more security it just keeps eating away. And then opponent's turn, while your Digimon are suspended, your opponent cannot use options. All your opponent's Digimon are suspended. While all your Digimon are suspended, your opponent can't use options. So as long as we have a bunch of rested Digimon, we can apply pressure there. So meaning shutting off their options means line of plays just can't get activated. Now we also have Argomon to shut down tamers by the looks of it, so spending all your opponent's tamers. Now being able to shut down options and tamers could be really huge, especially depending on the matchups. Mastemon, really interesting because this allows you, when suspending Digimon for Digisorption skill, you may suspend your opponent's Digimons instead. This could help out keep them at bay, because then you can swing into their bigger Digimon or threats that you don't want on board. And it also has Digisorption for 3 to become in for a 2 cost. But we also looking like he's playing this Argomon here that has Digisorption 3. So for each other suspended Digimon, this Digimon gains security +1. That's crazy, very powerful skill. But what's really nasty is the way it can get bigger with all these added Shivamon effects. Because all turns, this Digimon gets +1000 DP for each of your other suspended Digimon. So the wider our board gets, the more power we get. We have Mastemon. So Digisorption 2. All turns, this Digimon gets +1000 DP for each of your other suspended Digimon. Sorry, brain fart. You gotta enjoy those. Just Blossomon here for Digisorption. Argomon for Digisorption. Running Kogamon for the retaliation is really good, because if they want to get rid of your threats, they're going to be 1-for-1 trading. Even if they make a bigger Digimon, they're 1-for-1 trading. So that's really important to know that. What's really interesting is Royal Nuts. I mean, hey, it's a funny card. Get it out of the way. Reveal 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with Digisorption among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So being able to filter in and get the Digisorption, especially your top line, can definitely help fix issues. We also have Hidden Potential Discovered, you know, the card that reduces Digi-Evolution cost. Then we have Shamazi Santai. So you may suspend one of your Digimon to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Your opponent's cards suspended with this effect cannot unsuspend until the end of your next turn. So, end of their next turn. So making it so lockdowns, especially Tamers, certain ones locking them down, will prevent them from continued plays. So it's good to just keep that in mind, that even hitting their big Digimon 2 could be locked down for 1 cost, which is huge. We have Mimi here just to ramp out stuff, get it out of here, get it ready to be suspended as target for your Digisorptions, making your board wider and wider as the game goes on. Argomon, every time Argomon here is just all about that gaining 1 memory whenever you're going to suspend. We have Bibimon. So opponent's turn, while all your Digimon are suspended, this Digimon gets +1000 DP, making so Shivamon, or even the big Digimon we don't want dead, very much more viable to stay on board because they have to climb over them. Terriermon, just shutting down the blue option cards of Hammer Spark and any memory boosters. And if you look at this, no memory booster in this deck. Ikakimon. So this card, it can be any 2-drop. Let's be honest, by the looks of it, it's just a 2-drop so that you could use it, play it, and then Digisorption, and then get a free evolution. Just really what I'm seeing there. Pulsemon's here. All turns, this Digimon gets 1000 DB for each of your other suspended Digimon. all in all, just more power, making your lines just huge. All that's all about. Tentomon, just to help get you another green Digimon card when played. Just really useful. Namakimon. So, main phase, you may suspend this Digimon to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 green Digimon card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Constantly just self-suspending is huge because this now cheats into Shivamon. And the more he stays on board, the more value he has. So it's not a terrible trade-off just for filtering, constantly suspending if you want to do that in your deck. So that's kind of how this deck plays. And it's really interesting to me, and I find this creativity, especially with Shivamon on opening weekend. Let's see if this deck, when we come back to it probably in a couple weeks, to see if it's still doing well and what modifications we might be seeing later. So next deck, we have Purple Maste. We got Josh from Australia, from Golf Geelong, first place. I mean, we'll dive into it and take a look. So all in all, we're seeing some slight drastic differences probably from a lot of players' perspective. No fall down mode. That's okay. So it's hyper focused on Mastemon. So that's fine. So when Digivolving, place, 1 yellow or purple Digimon card from your trash on top of your security stack face down. And when Digivolving, you may search your security stack for 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card. Play it without paying its memory cost. Then shuffle your security stack. All turns, when you play another Digimon using an effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to that Digimon's level. So what we're noticing here, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Digimon that will come out for surprise. This one will come out for level 4 popping. So that's really going to help out because this comes in, pop, pop. If you have Mastemon on board. And on play, return 1 purple level 5 or lower Digimon card from your trash to your hand. So this helps filter in lost cards that you might have lost, which could help you out in the long game. So let's dive into the rookie lineup. And Demi-Mira is just in here for that draw. Tapirmon's in here for that draw. Gazemon's shutting down, memory boost gains, shenanigans, just easy stuff to look into. Labramon is on play, draw 1, trash 1. Not bad. Tsukaimon. Tsukaimon. Not going to pronounce that right ever. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Angel and Archangel, Fallen Angel, and its types among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. What I'm finding, this might be actually a lot more beneficial than you might think. Because being able to grab the line pieces that might help you out is huge. Especially since you need to have your pieces in order to be able to continue play. So having this card come in might help out in the long game. 1 Lucemon for that recovery. It is an angel type, and it's a level 3, so Mastemon can play it. So instantly causing recovery, and it's a 13. So it's kind of big and beefy. So it's just really nice, especially since it's 10k. And then you can go into, chaos mode, Digivolving on top of it. So it's another option. Ogremon's really interesting. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. So I feel like this card is in here just for that on play, deleting something, which can help out extend room into plays that might be threatening for your opponent's side. Because being able to pop something they just played that are setting up for their Jograss turns or DNA Digivolve, depending on what terminology you like, it just helps out getting there. So, and it's really good just to even just get it out with Maste, be able to pop 2 Digimon, and then fill your trash. So, that's not a bad trade-off. Ginkamon Promote is in here just for that rush play that might get you that win turn, especially if you just played Ogremon, then Digivolve on top of it. Boom, all set. Witchmon is in here, we already talked about her. Gaudamon's really interesting. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow Digimon card and 1 purple Digimon card among them to your hand. Place the reading cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. And then when this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with Archangel, Fallen Angel, and his traits, reduce the memory costs of that Digievolution by 2. So she is a holy beast. Sadly, she is not searchable, so you have to hope that you filter enough to get her into hand. So that's why I'm seeing a lot of draw advantage. So, and then end of turn, you may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play into a Digimon card in your hand by paying its DNA Digievolution cost. Since it'll be free, It's no big deal. Lady Deva's in here for that, graceful charity, Digivolve, draw 1, and then draw 2, trash 2. Especially since it'll fill pieces into the graveyard, trash, basically just to fill up. Lady Deva's also, once you start using options, can pop your opponent's level 3s. Chaos mode's in here to pop Tamers or level 6 or lower Digimon. Really good, especially if you do it with Maste. You get to pop a Tamer and a level 6 or lower, and another Digimon. Level 5 or lower, basically, and then another Tamer. You get a Tamer. So you get at least 2 pops out of the deal, or even just a level 6 and a level 5. That could mean seriously good plays. Lady Deva here, I like this card personally because when Digivolve, you may trash 1 card from your hand, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 yellow and 1 purple Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel in its traits among them into your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck. And then your turn, all your yellow Digimon gain retaliation when this Digimon would lose the battle. So just making a lot more threats, especially when we get Magna Angemon, Angelwomon, Mastemon herself, Gatomon, Lucemon, anything like that. Just being able to apply pressure like that with retaliation is really good. But also being able to... main target you're going to be tossing is Lucemon Chaos Mode from your hand. If it's in your hand, get rid of it. So that's kind of like the main goal there. Magna Angemon's, when played, recovery +1, and for every 3 security you have, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. What can be really nice is, even if you just hard play Magna Angemon, and you have Gatomon at Lady Deva's, basically, you're instantly going to Jograss at the end phase, and then boom, you're going to just go from there. It's not a bad payoff. You get a free recovery on top of that, or even if you just pull it out from security from Mastemon, you'll get a free recovery out of that and a free pop. So, I mean, hey, that's really good, solid plays here. Angelwomon's on play when one of your opponent's Digimon gets security -2 for the turn. While you have a purple Digimon in play, this Digimon gains security +1. So, basically, Mastemon, or even getting our Zwart defeats here. So, play this card without battling, without paying its memory cost. What's really nasty, Mastemon's on the field, this comes out, boom, you're going to kill your opponent's main Digimon here. And like a level 7 is huge for a pop. And then when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Tamers, and then on deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. So it has just so much recursion and viability in security. It's not even funny. Dead or Alive, play 1 purple level 5 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. If you have 10 or more cards in trash, you may play 1 Digimon card with Lucemon in its name without paying its memory cost. So basically, what's going to happen is you grab this Lucemon here, or you grab this Lucemon right here. So that's just going to be really important, just to keep that in mind. Then we have Flame Hellscythe. One of your opponent's Digimon gets -6000 DP for the turn. Then play 1 purple or yellow Digimon card with 6000 DP or less from your trash without paying its memory costs. Since most of our guys are 6000 DPs here or less, we're going to gain some decent advantage, especially Flame Hellscythe. For 6 costs, you could just play that. Really good. Then you have Kairi, so start a turn. If you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3. And then when a card is added to your security stack, you may suspend this Tamer, gain 1 memory. Since we're going to be putting cards in with Mastemon, or even recovering with Magna, you're going to gain free value out of it, and that could extend plays in your turn, which could be huge. I think that's very important and takes a good long look into that kind of deck theme. Next, we do have Hayden's first place Cerberus games in Zealand. So let's take a look at his list real quick. As we know, we kind of have the Blackwargreymon theme. They're all about gaining extra power, swinging in with your Blackwargreymon when Digivolving. If you have a red Digimon card, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon. If this Digimon has black, you can choose any of your opponent's Tamers. Then choose play costs must add up to 6 or less. So a 3 and a 3 would pop. A 2 will get popped in any category like that. And then all turns, once per turn, you may, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, unsuspend this Digimon. There will be an errata that will probably get posted because they didn't post. It's a choice restriction. You can choose not to restand. It's not a mandatory effect. So keep that in mind. Playing 4 Gurimon, not bad. The Searcher Agumon here, just to help you get a Dragonkin, which can grab you this Cyclonemon. So it's not bad. You get at least some decent targets with that. you want to really just hard play this. You don't want to Digivolve and Raising very often because it gets really tough unless you see Cyclone Mon or your Metal Greymon here. You're not going to get off of that, you know, bad locking because of the Greymons can't Digivolve on top of this Agumon naturally. Agumon here, same thing, similar to this one, but can add you 1 Digimon with Greymon. So it doesn't get you 2, but at least it checks top 3 and can get you your Greymons here. This Agumon's here, delete one of your opponent's Digimon 3000 DP or less. It's not a bad on play, especially if you play it with Nokia. It can pop a early rookie, which might help you out, especially the memory blockers or anything like that. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to deck build. This one is the promo Agumon that gives your Greymons plus 2000 DP. This one gives 1000 DP. This is the one that gives, if you have a red Digimon in play, this gains blocker. So it makes our Blackwargreymon a blocker, which can help out in the long game because if they start swinging and our Blackwargreymon's just big enough, he can block at least twice. Then you have Greymon here when Digivolving. If this has Agumon and Digievolution, gain 1 memory. So basically what happens nicely, if you have 1 Nokia in this card, it's basically a free value because it gains that 1 memory back. But also gives your Greymons more power on your turn, which really does help out. Then you have this Greymon for the extra security checks for that push turns. Cyclomon to help, hopefully, when you go into, let's say, if you pop something with Blackwargreymon, their Armor Digivolve, then you can pop this with Cyclomon. It's a effect because usually the rookie underneath is like 2000 DP. It's not bigger. So Metal Greymon's in here for that when Digivolving, de-Digivolve. Then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP. But it allows this Digimon that has Dragon Skin or Machine Ins trait can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So what's really nice is, let's say Cyclomon and Metal Greymon with your Blackwargreymon swing into their Jograss Digimon, blow it up, basically. I mean, Armor Digievolution Digimon. It'll cycle down to its rookie form, and Cyclomon can pop it afterwards because when attacking, do resolve afterwards. And then Blackwargreymon restands himself. Alterius mode, you know, this card is just when Digivolving on a Metal Greymon in its name. This Digimon's Digievolution card, delete one of your opponent's 4000 DP. Just more popping and control. While this Digimon is Omnimon, Greymon, or Burning or Dexu, it gets plus 2000 DP. Just all in all, great power booster. This Greymon's in here, so when attacking a player, it deletes one of your opponent's Digimon 4000 DP or less. Not caring about that. It's this effect, the piercing. So if you get it underneath a right play, you could pierce and deal a lot of damage, especially with a tie out. You can do a lot of pressure. Chimeramon's in here for that Jograss play. So if we get very easily with the amount of Nokias we have, we can Digivolve into a bunch of Greymons and just set up from there. So Jograss in, board control, and then get us this Greymon underneath it, get it on top of the Blackwargreymon, or even this Metal Greymon here, just instantly just getting value out of our level 5s a second time. So, just really good. We talked about Blackwargreymon. Zaqualamon basically only can be one kind of style of play. So, when Digivolving, your opponent chooses one of their Digimon, delete all other Digimon, and your opponent chooses one of their Digimon. For each Digimon deleted by this effect, gain 1 memory. Puts enough pressure, especially if they go wide. You can kill off so much. And then when your opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gets security plus 1. This card just basically says, I'm going to clear everything you got. So, just really powerful. Sadly, it won't gain any extra power boost besides this Agumon here. But, I mean, you got to take what you can, right? Omnimons for that Blitz game win. That's really all that's in here. Dark Gaia Force. I don't know if this card will stick long game, but choose any of your opponent's Digimon whose play cost adds up to 15,000 or less. Delete them. So you get a wide board cleared, but this one in security only gets 1. So, I mean, it's hit or miss. I don't know how I feel about that card. Ties, extra security check, and memory gainer. And then Nokia, just basically the icing on the tape, because she gets to play a Agumon and Gabumon without paying its memory cost. And then when Digivolving one of your Digimon into a Digimon card in your hand with Garurumon, Omnimon, or Greymon, you can suspend her, and it reduces the memory cost by 1 for the Digievolution. So I think all in all, great decks. We're going to check back next week. Let me know if you guys are excited for this. And I'm excited to see what Japan has in store when their BT10 meta comes live. So we'll have this like double, English side, Japanese side. We'll take both weeks, see what maybe some interesting decks might come forth. And guys, hopefully you like this video. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!